guys, welcome to Piano with Josh. I'm your host Josh, and we'll be looking at German Dance in D Major. This is a piece from the Level 1 RCM piano series, and we'll start off with a demonstration, and then we'll look at a couple tips and tricks to help you just with some of those tricky spots. Alright, let's get started. Okay, let's break this down. So we'll look for the hand movements here first. So we're starting with finger 5 on the high D up here. There we go. We'll look at this here as your first hand position. Our first movements will be right there. And might as well finish this phrase off and take a look at that one over there too. So a good way to kind of help you move between these three different positions is just play all the unique notes at the same time. Here we go. That's all the unique notes in the first purple group. Red group, 3 unique notes there. The green group over here, it's actually the same as the purple one. Alright, so now we have these 3 different positions. Next thing you want to do is kind of jump back and forth between these 3 positions in the order that they're written. And try to get used to moving your hand to the different spots as quickly as you can and as accurately as well. Okay, once you feel comfortable with that, try playing that phrase. Okay, great. Once you have that down, let's take a look at the left hand and do the same thing. Here's your first one, second one here, third right there. It's almost the same as the right hand. Here we go. Same notes, but one different finger here. It's a 3, where we had a finger 2 here in the right hand. You could use a 3 here if you wanted to, but the hand just will more naturally feel like 4 there. Alright, so once you got these 3 shapes down, try putting the hands together just to feel out the 3 different blocks there. Here we go. Once you got those down, we can try attempting playing both of these hands together as written. Okay, let's move onwards. So we have this over here as our next hand position, and here we go. So these 2 positions here look almost identical, except that the pink group here is up by 1 step. Let's try playing them all together just like we did in the first groups. Great, let's move on and take a look at the left hand. Okay, so we got 2 groups here. Left hand. They're both very similar. They have the same shape for each of these unique groups, and they're both moving up by a step overall. To help you see that, take a look here. There we got A. That's our first note in that group. And if we take a look at the next group, this note here is 1 step above on B. Left hand here. We got F sharp and A. And over here, that F sharp and A have moved up by 1 step. G and B. Okay, let's take a look at the next stuff. This whole pattern here in this blue circle here, it's going to feel somewhat like a scale if you've been practicing your technique exercises. And why is that? Take a look here. We got a 1 moving to a 3, but we've already used 3 on this note, and this note is clearly different. So once we get to that finger 1, we're going to run out of fingers. So if you've been practicing your scale techniques, you can simply cross the 3 over your thumb. There we go. And the rest of it should play out pretty well. 3, 2, 1, out of fingers, but the direction of the notes are now reversed. It's going up now. Ah, perfect. We didn't run out of fingers. Alright, good. Left hand, 2 shapes. Just a simple practice jumping back and forth between those two. Notice that the bottom note here is moving up by quite some distance. Top note, just a small little step. You got a 4th in the bottom there. Okay, if we move forward, you're going to notice that everything here is exactly the same. So we can skip ahead even more. Alright, let's take a look here. We're going to break down these different hand movements. Actually, this one here isn't a hand movements. 2 different shapes, but your hand can easily stay in place. These notes here comfortably go right in between notes in this triad. That's actually why we use the 2 fingers in between 1, 3, and 5. Alright, and let's take a look at the right hand here. Take note, we start with finger 3 on this A here, and then we switch to 4 on that A. 2 reasons why. We're going to need that extra finger so that we can reach finger 1 on this E here, otherwise we'll run out of fingers. And changing the finger number will give us a different tone on the note, because each finger has a little bit of a different control, so we get a slightly different sound. If we look at this section over here, you've actually already played this. Everything in this bar, pick up to 21 to the end, is actually the pick up to bar 5, starting with this orange group there, all the way to bar 8. So that's it. We've actually looked at the whole piece. And that's the end of today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions about anything I might not have covered today, leave a comment, or even take a look at the link in the description. I have a blog post, and it covers today's tips with a little bit more depth. Yeah, see you guys around.